Start. You are ready. Go.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Today, I, Niharika, host of the day, welcome you, Meera ma'am. So let's the team of RBC, Rahul Suri, we all welcome you over here on this platform.
Thank you.
So let me give you a brief introduction about ma'am. So Meera J. Pillai is an eminent author and also a wonderful homemaker. Her new book, Maya and the Sword of Gringotts, is a must read for not for the only for the kids, yet to adults too. She beautifully describes the life of 16 years old teenager girl whose life takes a different turn. I must give compliment and to you, ma'am, for the fascinating and a creative book cover. It really attracts to me also and people, including those who are new readers and those who are coming up with those things. I'm very thrilled to know more about your book. So, without any further delay, shall I start, ma'am? Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, I just wanted to make one correction. I'm actually not a. I'm actually currently working. So I'm the deputy editor of a magazine called Culturama.
Okay, nice, ma'am. Nice, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
So I just wanted to just give that.
if I'm not wrong, ma'am, you have a son also.
Yes, I have a son as well. So basically, yeah. So what happened was when I had him for a while, I had some time in my hand. I took a break.
Okay.
So that's when I started writing.
Okay.
So it's yeah. You please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Ma'am, what was the inspirations for you for writing this book?
So one of the things that I even in the acknowledgement in the book I've written is that so when I had my son, I mean I was a journalist before, so I had my, but you see I love writing, but when you're a journalist you're always writing other stories. You don't write your own stories. Yeah, the stories that sometimes you have, and I love reading and I love this fantasy and fiction genre a lot. So when I had taken a break for a while, so I went through a bit of postpartum. So that time I used to be very low, and I used to have this habit of making stories for my son. So I just thought, just start writing it, and I wrote it, and I thought maybe I didn't think I'll publish it, but I thought let me just put it all together. Just the writer in me wanted to put it together.
Okay.
After I did give it a shape, I felt okay, maybe there is something to this, and I should look if I can maybe actually get it published. And Lockley Hall publishers were very nice, and book bakers who actually got me made sure that the book came out. So which is wonderful.
I have seen your mom, the opening of the cartoon and the book. I have seen that. I really just like it. And ma'am,
Yeah.
the son was also happy. Husband was also happy. You were also happy. It's a
Yeah.
good scene over whole the house. The happiness is overloaded over there that I can make out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
after that, what was your son questions regarding Mama? You have written. So how was? Did he ask anything related to book or what you have written?
Yeah. So I think see, I think for anyone to succeed in their field, sometimes you need people around you who are there to encourage you, who are there to give you positive push. And I think I'm always surrounded by people like that, including my 7-year-old son. So who my husband, my son, they're extremely proud. I mean, I just write one word and they're proud. So for them to see a book,
That's
they are very,
great,
very
ma'am. That's
happy.
great. People,
Yeah.
there are husbands they don't acknowledge, but you are lucky to have.
Yeah, so I feel very blessed, and truly I mean I think every day that's why I keep telling everybody, no matter what it is, and especially we live in such an uncertain time, I think it's important to be grateful every day for everybody in our life, good, bad, everything. We should just be grateful. So I am forever, I feel blessed to have friends and family who have, have had my back. And I think so, even if when you're in self-doubt and when I was going through some depression and all that, you kind of come out of it because you're always surrounded by good vibes. So
So you have written, ma'am. So now also you must be writing, as you said, you are.
yeah.
If you write one word, then husband feel happy. So did you
Yeah.
able, since you are working also, did you able to get a time for yourself that is called me time?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard because you see everything now is at home. So working from home, and my son has online class. I have to do the work, office work, and then so the thing is, this book, by the way, is a 3-part series. So this is the first one on it. So I have started working on the second one. It will
So
take a little while, but
two more are yet to receive, ma'am.
yes, yeah. So I've started working on it, but it is difficult. I think it was much easier before because I didn't have a deadline. But now I know that I can't delay it too much and I have to figure out how to do it. But I'm still learning. Everything is like learning, so I'm still learning how to go about it. But I think I'm trying my best.
So,
I think all
ma'am,
of us are trying our best.
yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, when you write,
Yes,
you need your own space. Am I right?
yes,
So that
yeah,
time you have now you are working from home and you have a husband at home, you have kid also.
yeah.
So when you prefer to write in the morning hours or late nights or
Late nights.
late
Late
night?
nights. So yes, I like pin drop silence. So that's why even in my when I've dedicated this book to actually my son, my nieces, and my dog. So when I say my dog, because he's the one who gives me company at night. So
Okay.
I will I will wait, like I'll start writing like 11 o'clock at night till about 2 or something, because that is the only time when there is no distraction, and I like having that to actually pay attention.
And thoughts
It's hard.
can easily
Yes.
and you can pen down. So okay. So,
Yeah.
ma'am, when you are writing, and so since you have a work schedule also, you have the kids also now. A pet is also a child. So,
Yes.
so when you how much time you have dedicated at one series?
Sorry, I didn't understand. For one scene.
No, no, one that one book you have published. So how much time it
Yes.
takes to write down and publishing? And how much time it you have taken?
I think it. So when I start, see, the thing is, I can't give you a correct timeline because it was on and off. I didn't think I will publish it, so I used to just write down a little bit and then just leave it for a couple of days, then again go back to it. So I was like that. But I think ideally, to write a first draft of a book, it should take minimum 3 months,
Okay.
because yeah, so the first draft, I think it should take 3 months, which is ideal because you have to do research and you have to ensure everything, and then I think by the time it goes to a publisher, comes back, it should take about a year, yeah. Roughly a year and a half, I'm guessing. I'll probably, the thing is, because I had all the time in the world, so I took my own leisure time, but I think ideally it should be around that. Yeah.
So, ma'am, what was your inspiration to write?
uh, I think my inspiration has to be just storytelling, because I think it's sometimes nice because we live in a world where we're constantly exposed to news which is very dreadful, and you're always, the moment you open a newspaper or the moment you just open your phone, you're always bombarded with news that you're like, oh my god, why is this? So I think sometimes you need that little escapism where you have something to go to, just cut off from the world. And I think that's what I wanted to give. I wanted to give a world which a parallel world, basically, where where you live your fantasy, where you just you don't have to know every little thing that happens. So my thing, that something that I look forward to also in books, is like, whether it's Lord of the Rings, or I'll even an Alice in Wonderland. The thing about those books were that, they gave you that escapism from the reality. So I think it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing to use your imagination, which we've been all blessed with. So I wanted to explore that field. So I always found these as inspiration for me. So when I decided to write, I knew this is the genre that I should pick, because this is what I'm comfortable with, and this is what continues to inspire me. So that's why.
Okay, great, ma'am. Great. Ma'am, one more thing. Since you said you will think about it right before writing that I will get it published or not. So how come you get the idea of publishing?
So see, my husband and I are both journalists. So
Okay.
so I was with the newspaper. So I was with Deccan Chronicle, and so the world of publishing is not new to me. Of course, the book publishing is completely a different ball game. But when I started writing, so when sometimes when you're coming up with a product, whether it's a book or anything else, after a point you do realize whether it's good or not. And I realized that what I have is something which there is an audience out there for it. Because I am an audience, one of them. So I know that somebody like me will definitely, and there are so many of people like me who will pick it up and read. So for sure, I knew that they will take it and read. So I that kind of kept motivated. So I knew that if I actually
You knew it
get it
that you
published,
are a talented person. You should get more exposure.
yeah. So I knew that I had something to offer to the world. And
Yeah.
I think, over the time when you have done good work, you feel you have that confidence in yourself. So I knew that I had to do it. So then, like I said, I have an amazing system. I mean, I have amazing people at home who always push me. So even when I will just, wrap around in a blanket and said, I'm not going out to it, they say, no, you have to get it done. So then, so I kind of got pushed and I realized, let me just do it.
Okay. Ma'am, since you are having a son also, your husband is journalist,
Mm,
you are also in the same field. So
mm.
sometimes you feel that your son should also come up with the same line, or he should also be in writing, or I know it's too early. I know
I,
it's too
yeah,
early,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
nowadays
yeah.
kids start saying, Mama, I will be like you, I will be like your papa also. So did he mention sometime, or you feel that he
No,
should?
not really. Somehow he's not very towards writing and anything. He's more of a sports person, so he plays more, and he's more of an active person. I mean, again, like you said, we never know when. It's too early for me to say, but because I think I realized my love for writing much later on. So I don't know about him. So if he decides to do it, it will be great. But I really don't know right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice, ma'am. Ma'am, would you like to show us your book cover?
Yes. So this is the book. Can you see it?
Wow, yeah,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So
Yeah.
so this book cover is done by this artist called Varshini Ramakrishnan and
Okay.
her team at New Folder, and they are. I've known her before, and she's amazing. Her illustrations are really good. She's a young girl, upcoming artist. She's amazing. So I knew that when I had to write a book, I knew I had to pursue her because see, for example, there were a lot of things that I looked at it. For example, I wanted a character. My lead, who's Maya, I wanted her to be slightly dark skinned, which is a very typical of most of the Indian girls. And I want, because most of the Indian girls grew up with so many insecurities about body, about how they look, about and in today's world of social media, it's made it much more complicated for them. So I wanted to have a character who, despite being a superhero, has to go through these teenage human things that we all went through when we were younger, and now the current teenage generation is going through much more. So that was my thing. And I think she has captured her very well. I wanted her to look very Indian. So I think she has made that, she has done it amazingly. So I'm really grateful to her amazing work here.
So nice,
Yeah.
ma'am. Nice. Yeah. Rahul, you have taken a screenshot of ma'am book?
You want?
Nice. One more, he said.
What cooking?
Yeah.
So, ma'am, what was the one thing when you know it that you are in writing, you are in same field, so you know publishing was not a difficult for you as you have mentioned. So, what was the one thing that most surprising thing that you have learned while writing a book? Is there something like that?
I'll just answer one thing. See, publishing is not really easy for me because it's not like that's the first publisher, because it took me a while to, because see, you have to understand, this is also a very niche genre, fiction, fantasy. So for a publisher to pick the genre itself is like they are ready to take a risk. Because if you go to an Amazon or something and look at the top list, the people who are on that list are like J.K. Rowling and Red Rowling and Percy Jackson series and all of that, which has been there for ages, and it is so difficult to crack that thing, to crack that list. So I don't think most of the publishers really dare to go there. But because I got introduced to a publishing house which who actually took a chance on me with this, is pretty brilliant. So, but it was difficult. That's why I was also a little hesitant, because I was not sure. But then, yeah, but it was slightly difficult. I don't think it's that easy to get in, but somehow I think we managed to do it.
So,
Yeah. So, can you repeat that question? Yeah.
Ma'am, I was asking you, what was the one thing that while writing or publishing, you get surprised yourself? That is it? It happens like this also. Matlab,
Yeah.
you get shocked. So know this.
Yeah. I
Shocked or
think.
surprised, whatever you take it.
Yeah. I think sometimes when you're first time writer, the one thing you discover about yourself is just your ability. For example, when you're writing a news article, or what I write right now, a feature, maximum you'll write for about 800,000 words. So when you are able to write something that goes to a lakh, you are surprised that, oh, you had so many words in your head and you're not even aware. And especially for me to develop a plot, that is much more difficult, is what I found. Because when we're telling stories, we have it in a very short form, so when you have to expand it, it's much harder. I did not know that I could do it. So this was such a learning process for me. It was literally an educational process for me, where I learned so much about my own skills, where I am good at, where I'm not good at, where I need to work in. So it has been absolutely educational. So I think there is no particular thing that really made me feel like that, but I feel it has been a great learning process, and I think I'm only hoping that it keeps getting better and better as I keep moving forward.
So you found your hidden skills, I can say, ma'am.
Yes, yes, yes,
You have taken out your hidden skills, and that's what you came to know that yes, I am able to write, and I can write
yeah,
more, and I can get publishing all, because
yeah.
like I also try to every night. My children says, "Mama, tell me a story. Tell me a story." I can only narrate only one story. There is a king, there is a queen. Okay, both die. Story ended. I know this much. So when
Yeah,
that time I don't feel like, but when you are writing, you actually have to go in deep thinking. I can understand.
yeah.
But ma'am,
Mm.
since you are working, you have everything. So is there anything when you are not writing, you feel like doing that thing particular?
You're saying when I'm not writing, what do I do?
Yeah.
Uh, so when I'm
I know
not
you have,
writing,
I know you have n number of things to do at home
yeah,
also.
yeah.
So
But I try my best to, yeah, to have some time to myself. So I'll either read or I watch some show. And something that unfortunately I've got addicted to during this pandemic is because there's nothing else to do. So you, after reading, yeah, and even reading is something I like doing with when there is no disturbance. So sometimes when you have, when you are a mom, so when the kids are constantly at home, it's not easy for you to zone out everything. So sometimes I just end up watching some movie with the family, or just sitting, and I try my reading as much as possible, but otherwise I'll just watch something on TV or play with my son and we try doing something. But it's me time has been is little tricky. I think that's for any working mom, me time. I think
yeah,
probably my
me
walk
time is
when I go
missing.
from my,
Me
yeah.
times comes for us, I think, after kids sleeps in the night. And by the
Yeah,
time you are over
exactly.
exhausted and you forget yourself also, you say, leave it, let me sleep. So let me concentrate
Yeah.
on my nap so that I can get fresh in the morning. So am I right?
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
happens
absolutely.
to everyone.
So I, even when I have to go for walk, which is I consider me time, is I go like really early before everybody wakes up. So I go and come back. So that is my time, and I don't get disturbed about it. And I think only early mornings and late nights is the only time I get for myself.
So,
But
ma'am,
yeah,
since you have start writing, your husband isn't also there to support you. So, do you think that young generation, those people, those children, those who are into reading, they should also come up? Any message from your side that you feel
um,
so
see,
that they get more
uh,
motivated by your words?
yeah. See, again, there is the best thing that's happening in the world today is that unlike when we were, I think when I was growing up, the options were very little, very limited of what you can do with your career. But today it's amazing, the things, the options. And I think even parents have become more broad-minded, where we are not thinking only this. They are giving them, because there are opportunities everywhere, whether you want to become a writer, whether you want to become a musician or an athlete, or even just start a startup, just like that. But I think it's amazing. So I think as youngsters today, they should pursue their passion. They should take a risk. They should be open to trying what will work for them, because I think there is an opportunity in everywhere there's opportunity. And I think parents also should give that opportunity to the child to just go and pursue. Because I think I think one of the things that I always say is that my parents, when all my friends, when we were in school, everybody, all the parents insisted that they do engineering or something very uh, which was considered like safe jobs. So when everybody was doing that, and when I told my parents I wanted to be a journalist, and my parents said, fine, you do whatever you want. I think for them to have agreed to that, I think I'm living my passion now. So I'm very grateful for that. And I feel that I think it's important to just see how what the kid does. And I think the kids today are extremely smart. They know what they want. They are exposed to the right thing. They're also exposed to the wrong thing, but that I think they have to slowly learn how to do. But I think it's amazing, and I think they should just do what they want to do, and just stay motivated, just stay positive. And I think success is just how things how they work towards it.
Okay, ma'am, one last question to you. Ma'am, normally
Yeah.
people says that if you want to become a doctor, then you have to take science. Then if you have to become
Yeah.
engineer, then go for this thing, that thing. So many complications in front of the children. So when you become a writer, so do you think
Yeah.
you should have some kind of actual educational qualification, or one can
Um,
just writing the skill developed from inner side?
See, I would say not, I wouldn't say an educational degree will help you with the writing, but maybe reading a lot and just I think it's also, like I said, for me to write this book was a learning process. So sometimes you have to improve yourself. So you have to keep writing, keep showing to people, let others read your work, let them, and I think you have to be open to critics. So if somebody is reading your copy and says that, this is not right, that's, I think you have to have the heart to say, yes, I'll work on it, and then keep working on it. So you have to have little thick skinned, you have to be, because this is not an easy field to be, whether you're a journalist or a writer. It's not an easy field, because there'll be 100 people who are going to tell you that this is not right, this is not working. So you have to be open to that. But you don't need, I don't think you need it, because of course I kind of have slightly background, but I have seen engineers and doctors who have become successful writers who have done extremely
Yeah,
well. Like for
yeah,
example, yeah, so even some of the most famous ones, like a John Grisham, who is a lawyer and he decided to write the books, or so many of them. So it's not really, I think it's their vocabulary and their imagination and creativity that really comes out. So I don't think education qualification matters, but I think it is just their innate creativity and language skills that matter. So I think
nice, ma'am.
it's pretty open.
So I think that's all for today. So
Thanks
we
so
wish
much.
you a good luck, ma'am. Please
Thank you
keep
so much.
writing, keep your time. Please get it published so that we, like us, the kids, everyone are curious to know that what happens next, so how the story will move, how. So
Yeah.
please keep writing. We wish you
Thanks.
good luck from our
Thank
side.
you so much.
Whole team will be happy to you be here. So, ma'am,
Yeah.
thank you so much on this platform. On the behalf of Rahul Suri and RBC whole team, we wish you a good luck, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank
Over
you.
to you, ma'am.
Thank you so
Thank you
much
so much for having me.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
for
Thank
joining.
you. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Can we talk to the recording?
Yeah.
Can we talk?
Yeah.